Hi you guys, welcome back. So it's a new day, a new makeup look, a new product to try out, and the product that I'm going to be trying out today is this Huda Beauty, what is it, the Easy Bake Ube birthday cake. Okay, so it's the pretty new purple one. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, it's the pretty new purple one. And I'm really excited to see how it's gonna look on my skin tone. Okay, so I'm going to do a full face. So if you're here just for the powder, I'll leave a timestamp right here. But if you want to just hang out with your girl and do this full face of makeup, some new products, some not so new, some kind of new, then stick around. Let's jump right in. Okay, so one of the newer products that I'm trying out, I've only tried this once before and I really liked it, so I'm trying it out again today. It is the Glow Recipe Strawberry Pore Smooth Blur Blur Smooth. And it is a serum, but you can also use this as a primer, so it's like a face treatment as well as a pore, it reduces pores, or it's supposed to. So I'm gonna shake this up real good, and we're gonna start out with this before we go in with our concealer and foundation so we can hit this powder. Now this product looks like this, kind of creamy, and I kind of try to use, I don't really like how it comes out because you have to squeeze it, so it's kind of like, you got to squeeze it quite a bit to get out a nice glop. And if you don't want to use a lot, you might get too much, but it's okay to use a decent amount of this, I believe, just to kind of, since it is a serum, it feels nice going on. And I definitely feel like it's a nice base for your complexion makeup. And for me, I have pores like all over my face, not just here on my cheek area where you can see I have a lot of pores, but down here, my chin, I have a lot of pores as well too. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry before I move on to my correcting concealer. Okay, so now that serum is dried on my skin, I'm gonna go in with one of my Win Beauty concealers, and I'm going to use this to take care of my dark circles and some of my hyperpigmentation. But I'm going to try out those NYX sticks for my hubby's calling. Okay, and we're back. So yeah, I don't want to try anything different with my base that I'm not already familiar with. And I have to take it easy with this Win Beauty concealer because, usually I go ham with applying, the concealer to, take care of my hyperpigmentation and all that stuff. But with this concealer, you really don't need a whole lot. So you can easily end up with way too much concealer all over your face if you're not careful, right? So yeah, but anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend this in. Okay, so you see how that little bit of concealer that I tapped on, it really worked on those dark circles as well as the hyperpigmentation. Smallest amount of that Win Beauty works great. For my foundation, I'm using this About Face foundation, and I have the shade D1 Olive. I never felt like I had an olive skin tone ever in my life, but for some reason, this shade is a good match for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. And I think I'm going to use a sponge to apply this. And I forgot, this has one of those giant doe foots, which is very nice, for easy application. I do like that. And with this, if I'm remembering correctly, it's not like super duper heavy coverage, so you know, I am kind of applying a decent amount, you know, but it's very lightweight, like super duper lightweight, so that's why I'm just kind of tapping it on. But I do really like this doe foot applicator. It's really cool. Yeah, it's a very, very nice buildable natural finish. I really like it a lot. I had never heard about it. I guess it's been around for quite a while maybe, but I just saw it when I was in Ulta and I was like, ooh, a new foundation to try. So I grabbed it. Okay, so now that we have our foundation and concealer, I'm gonna do a little bit of brightening using my Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 11. It's been so long, I feel like, since I've used this. Y'all know this is my absolute favorite concealer of all time. But I've been trying so many other concealers that this one is just kind of gotten, you know, just kind of thrown to the side. And so with me trying this powder, I want to use something that I know that I love. And I think I just want to go in with a soft, fluffy brush just to make sure that I keep the coverage before using this powder, because I do not want to set any dark circles under my eyes with purple powder. Okay, so I'm going to use this brush just to make sure that concealer is nice and opaque. Okay, so now that I have my base down, I do want to do some bronzer and some cream blush before we move into this powder. So I'm just going to use my Beauty stick, bronzing and highlight stick. This might be contour because it's actually quite dark, but it's okay. So I just want to use some of this and blend it out to add some definition to my face. Yes, she's very dark and very pigmented. I haven't used that stick in a long time. I've been using, you know, my ColourPop stick, so this one is a little aggressive, okay?
3 days later.
Well, I see why I don't really use that Beauty stick. Way too hard to blend out. Maybe it's just too old, you know, and it's like dried out, because I don't remember it being this hard to blend out on my face. Okay, so next I want to go in with one of my new little Merit blushes. I did not pick up any of the Huda Beauty, you know, new blushes. I'm not really that big on like a lavender or purple blush. It usually just looks like a bruise on me, or like if it's lavender and it's too light, it just looks crazy on me. So I'm gonna go in with this. This is my first time using it, so I don't know, you know, and this is like a pretty light shade. So I'm just gonna put it on my face. I don't know. It looks like it's doing more lifting of my foundation than actually applying the blush. So I'm going to go in with a dense brush and see if I can get more of the color to just apply to my cheek like that. And I just want to put this on before the powder just to see how it does with the whole setting of my face. I don't know. This blush, it feels so balmy that it seems like it might just be doing more mixing in with my foundation, but we'll see, because I definitely can see the color. You know, I can see the color, but not as vibrant as I would like for a cream blush, you know, underneath my powder, but we'll see. We'll see how it sets. Definitely very balmy, that's for sure. And I have a highlighter here that I got for free from Sydney Grace when I ordered some eyeshadows. They sent me this, and it's like a cream type illuminator. Really, really pretty. I just kind of stuck my finger in there earlier just to kind of see. And I want to use a little bit of this as well before I go in and set. So yeah, I figured this would look pretty. This is not a shade that I would typically use, but since we're doing the whole light lavender situation, I want to go ahead and try this out. If I didn't say that I was nervous about putting this powder over these balmy products and not really knowing how it's gonna look, I'd be lying, because I'm definitely nervous, but really curious to see how this is gonna go. So let's go ahead and open this up. Now this powder, it does have a net on it, so I'm just going to tap some on this tray. I have this powder tray that I use sometimes, and I think I'm going to use a brush actually, because I feel like if I use a puff it might be a little too much going on. So I'm going to use a light fluffy brush just to apply some of this powder, and I'm not going to apply too much. I'm going to apply it like I would normally do with any other powder, just to see how I like it and to see how it sets. So far, I'm liking it. I'm thinking it's looking really nice. It's bringing the blush color out a little bit more as well. So I'm liking that. I need to be careful not to put too much though. I don't want it to get too light, you know? So let me just set my nose. Her powders are so nice. They're so light and fine, you know? I think around my mouth area, I'm gonna go ahead and use a puff and just take some of the excess off here. But I'm gonna go ahead and really set that with a puff. I'm thinking that with this powder, because it is a little, you know, light, I do need to be careful not to put too much. But I feel like with my other powder, I can easily, you know, tone it down. But it's looking brighter where I put the blush and the highlight. That's what I'm trying to say. But if I didn't have that, I feel like it would just look like a regular brightening powder. And so far I like it. I think it looks pretty nice. So let me finish up with this. And then I'm going to go in with some of my Kosas Cloud Set powder. So let's go in with some of the Kosas Cloud Set powder. I'm using the shade Silky. And this powder is so light that I think this will give me a really good idea of how this Huda Beauty powder is going to look on my face, because this is not a heavy powder at all. I'm liking it. It's looking really, really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. It's like, just looks like regular powder, brightening powder to me. Nothing crazy. So that's good to know, you know, because I was curious about different skin tones, how it would come off on different skin tones. But I feel like I like it on my skin tone. I guess it's supposed to cancel out yellow. And sometimes I feel like I have a yellow undertone, so I was a little concerned. But I think it looks great, honestly. I do. I feel like it looks really good. Yeah, even with me trying out those balmy products. So let's go ahead and finish up. But I do want to go in with, you know, a little bit more blush out of my crayon case blush binder. You know, the book that has like all the different blushes in it. And so I was thinking I was gonna go in with this, but that might be a little too light. I think I'm gonna go in with this shade up here to add a little extra blush. Very pigmented. So I'm going in just with like a few taps on both sides of my face, but I'm bringing it up, of course. And I think that looks really nice. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go in with some of my Juvia's Place setting spray just to kind of, you know, absorb all of this powder into my face. And of course, you don't have to use as much setting spray as I do. I'm just really a super soaker. I really like my makeup to become one with my skin and to settle down, okay? Okay, you guys, so since we're going with this like lavender theme, I decided I wanted to do a purple eye look, or somewhat of a purple eye look. So I pulled one of my Plan and Makeup by Yolando little 5-pan palettes, and this one is called Royalty. Very, very pretty. So I think I'm just going to stick with these shades, probably use this as well to create a quick little purple eye look to go with this face. Even though the powder's not purple, you know, but we're going with a purple theme. So I'm going to use some of my Morphe eyeshadow primer. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear a lot of noise outside, because our neighbor is having a lot of work done in their backyard, like putting down concrete and stuff. So yeah, I can hear it, but I know sometimes when you go back and edit your video, you really can't hear it. So if you can, my apologies. But I'm just gonna run through this eye look super quick, because like I said, the video is not about the eyes. It is truly about the powder. So, and I have a lot of stuff on my lid right now, so who knows how this eye look is gonna come out, because I put concealer, foundation, all of that stuff on my eyelids, just trying to get an even base. And now my eyelid is like super duper heavy with product, but we're gonna work it out. Okay, so first I'm gonna go in with this super light lavender shade here in the center of this palette, and I'm just tapping that in my crease area just to get that color down. Okay, now that I have that pretty lavender shade down, I'm going to go into this dark shade here. It's kind of like a blurple. It looks really blue on camera, but like in real life, it's kind of like a very, very cool tone purple. And I'm really focusing this in the outer corner and just kind of dragging it through, because I'm going to take this brush and really just kind of blend that in the center portion. Okay, so I have those purples pretty much blended together to my liking. My eyes aren't completely even, so my eyeshadow is not going to be, but that's as good as it gets for now. I'm going to drag a little bit of this dark purple down here in this outer corner, just to kind of bring the lower lash line up to the top. Not too much though. I don't want my lower lash line to be too heavy. I just want it to connect a little bit. And with a smaller, denser brush, I'm going to go into that lavender shade and just tap a little bit of that right here on the front and the center portion of my lower lash line, just so it's not completely bare. Now I'm going to go back into that lavender shade, tapping that big fluffy brush. And I want to tap this basically, you know, all over my lid. I don't want it to be like super duper heavy. I just want a nice little base before I go in with a shimmer. So it's not just my bare skin, you know. So I'm just tapping that there. And if you want, you could just, you know, leave it like this, put on some lashes and liner and go on about your business. Nice, pretty purple matte eyeshadow look. But I feel like I want to go in with my Pat McGrath Utopian, the specialty shade, that really pretty like lavender one. Hopefully I don't regret it, because I don't know how it's gonna layer on top of this, but yeah. So this is the it's from this palette from Pat McGrath, the pretty gorgeous pinky purple one, which is number 9, Utopian Dream. I know I need to get back onto using my Pat McGrath's, all of my Pat McGrath palettes, but I'm not there yet. So I do want to use this shade though. This one, super duper pretty, right? And I want to use it wet. So I'm going to spray my finger and I'm just going to tap it across. I really need to put some on my lips because my lips are looking crazy. What? Yeah, exactly. So we're about to electrify this eye look with this Pat McGrath specialty shade. And I'm using my fingers, so I'm trying to be real careful not to get it all over my face, right? Oh, it's so freaking pretty. So yeah. Yep. Just giving that like pretty iridescent situation. I feel like just putting it all over my eyelid, but I feel like I'm gonna regret that. But it might look really, really pretty. And if I do it and regret it, it's not like I can just take it off, you know? That's kind of pretty though. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, let me do this side. Just kind of fade it out on the outer portion. Ooh, Pat. Now, Mama Pat. I love this shadow. This shade, out of all her specialty shades, this is probably like my favorite one. It's so pretty. Okay, you guys, so you may have noticed I went ahead and I put some lashes on and some mascara, and I did a little bit of black pencil liner on my lower lash line. Also, that Utopian Dream specialty shade from the Pat McGrath palette, I did drag a little bit down here and in my inner corner because I just fell in love with that shade so much. It's so pretty. I'm feeling like this video is more about the Pat McGrath Utopian Dream specialty shade than the powder, because, you know, I mean, the powder looks great. It's amazing. I love it. I think it looks wonderful. I'm not surprised because I love her other powder, the Cherry Blossom. And I feel like this purple powder, it works with my skin tone. That's really the only thing I was curious about is it going to look pale? Is it going to look pasty? Is it going to make me look funny? Because, you know, on different skin tones, different powders don't always work. So I did go ahead and complete the eye look. I hope you guys like it. I do. Now I did not pick up her new lip gloss, the purple one. I did grab a different shade. So this is the shade that I got because I wanted to pick up a shade that I would actually use on a regular basis, and I wasn't sure about that lavender looking one. Even though I feel like they're probably really clear, I just felt like, you know, I'd rather get a shade that I know that I would love on a regular daily basis. So to line my lips though, I am going to just go deep with this purple theme. And I'm using one of my ColourPop lippies. This is actually one that came with one of their collections. Ooh, what collection did this come with? I can't think of the name of it. But it was a really gorgeous purple burgundy. I'll put the name of it here, the collection that this came with. And the name of this one, I believe, is Orchid. If I'm reading that correctly, I believe it says Orchid. So I'm going to use this to line my lips. Hopefully it's not too dark. You guys know I don't like super dark lips, but this is a very dark shade. So although this is a lippy, you know, for a whole lip look, I'm just going to use it as a liner. And I'm just going to top it off with one of her, what are these called? Faux filler gloss. So this is what the shade looks like if you want to see it before I put it on with the purple liner. Yeah, so it does look like it has like some opacity to it. Definitely not clear. Whew. That liner is making it super dark though. You definitely don't need to go in here more than once. It's very shiny, very glossy, very thick, but not uncomfortably thick. It's like that type of thick where it feels good on the lips. I like it. Oh, this is dark. I'm feeling like I should have did like a nude or a brown lip liner, but we're gonna break out of the comfort zone today. We're gonna do something different. And we're gonna roll with this like burgundy lip, I guess. It's fine. I mean, it's kind of like pulling off of the blush shade. You know what I mean? Like it's pulling the red tones out of that blush shade. So it's okay. I'm cool with it. So anyways, this is the look, you guys. The final look. Like I said, it's like I feel like the video is not really about the powder anymore because I'm loving the eyes so much. But The powder so far, first impressions, I like it. Like I said, not surprised. I think it looks just like any other really nice, beautiful blurring setting powder, and Huda Beauty does it best. Her loose powders I love. The pressed powders, I don't know, but the loose powders are chef's kiss. So anywho, that's it, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me to try out this new powder and create this purple eye look. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, hit like. If you like your girl and you're not already subscribed, what is you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles! Ciao. Probably had lipstick all over my teeth, but it's all good.